What's up guys, Nero here from Nero MMA, and in this video we're going to be focusing on how to throw a proper lead uppercut with power, speed, and efficiency. So stick around if you want to learn how to throw your lead uppercut so you can start landing it in sparring and in fights. Now, let's not waste any time. Let's break down how to throw a lead uppercut. Alright, before we start punching, I want you to get into a nice and comfortable fighting stance, whatever feels comfortable for you. For me, since I have a Kyokushin karate background and I really like to kick, I try to keep my base a bit wider so that I can come around with the kicks. I like to keep my weight 50-50 so that my point of balance is in the middle and just sink into a nice, comfortable fighting stance. The way that you're going to throw your lead uppercut is, I want you to turn your shoulder forward and dip down slightly. Now doing this, you're loading up your lead hand for the uppercut. I want you to use your legs and your hip to turn and push off as you're punching. And boom, diagonally upward, connecting with the uppercut. We turn forward, load up for the uppercut. And then using our hip and our legs, we push, rotate, and boom, splitting the guard of the opponent and connecting with the uppercut. Alright, so if you see it from the side, it looks like this. I got my fake imaginary opponent in front of me, standing pretty close to me. We're infighting, so I turn, I dip down slightly, I got my right hand up, guarding my face, and my uppercut is loaded, my hip is loaded up, and from there I turn, rotate, and boom, split his guard and connect to his chin. I'm toe-to-toe with my opponent. Now this is the way that I throw it in MMA, because in MMA, the distance between you and your opponent is going to be a bit further away than, let's say, boxing range. Because if we're boxing and we're in boxing range, toe-to-toe, I can do the same thing, dip down and throw it. But if we're really close to each other, sometimes all I have to do is just, boom, throw it up. Sometimes it's just enough to twist your body into it and throw it moving upward. And sometimes when I'm in close with my opponent, I don't even do the dipping part, but I turn, boom, and just hit him with that short uppercut. Alright guys, so this is how it looks on the bag. Now depending on how close or how far away from the bag I'm throwing it, I'm gonna throw the uppercut with a slight variation. So, if I'm in close here, boxing range, throwing looping shots, you know, moving around with my opponent. From here, sometimes all you have to do is just throw it. You don't even have to load it up, just throw it. Boom, straight up there. A lot of times when you're in close with your opponent like this, maybe you see an opening, all you have to do is just rip it up there. Just send the uppercut between the guard and connect. So let's say you're not standing toe-to-toe with your opponent. What you can do from here is, as I showed you before, you dip in, you gain an inch or two, and then you throw the uppercut. So dip forward and throw it. But let's say you're fighting in MMA and you're fighting someone taller than you, or you're just at kicking range, but you still want to get in there, you see the opening for the uppercut, so you want to throw it. So what you can do from here is, you twist and turn, and then you step in and throw it. Now the way that you're going to do this is, you load up your hip, and it's not that you're jumping with it, but you're stepping forward, and then you step again and throw it. That way you can cover distance when you're moving in and throwing it. So in the future, when you're working the bag and you're moving around, throwing a couple of jabs, try to feel where you are and when you can connect with the bag. And if you're a bit further away, maybe step in and then throw it. And if you're in here, say you're infighting, close with the bag, just rip it. Say I move back, mid-range. So play around with the distance. See what works for you, try it out in sparring, and let me know how it goes. All right, so that was my breakdown of how to throw the lead uppercut. I hope you learned something new and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a comment in the box below, or at least hit the thumbs up button, because it really helps me in making this channel grow. And shout out to the guys that have been watching the video this far. You are the real MVPs. Until next week, thank you guys for watching.